evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you may be listening to this. This is the Men on the Podcast, episode 26, brought to you by Fezek Athletics. I'm Rock, and I'm here with a couple of my brothers, my brethren. We got E, aka Erik Stano, and we got Swizzer, aka Frank. What's going on, fellas? Happy New Year, man. Glad to see, you guys made it to another year safe.
Happy New Year to you guys too, and
Going on,
bless you
y'all?
guys.
Any
Many
blessings?
blessings for 2021.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Good.
So I guess, first let me start us off with a little. All right. All right, so 2020 is behind us, and now we're in 2021. I guess the thing is, like, reflecting on 2020. I mean, of course, everybody knows there was a lot of, seemed like, just bad stuff that just happened, man. Starting in, this month, and I think we're coming up soon on the anniversary of it, and the untimely passing of Cole, which shocked the world. Then rest in peace to Kobe and Gigi and everyone that lost their lives on the helicopter. And then we go a couple months and it's COVID, and the world, our world, here in the U.S. and around the world, shut down, lockdown, and I don't know. I guess it's just then you had everything being brought to life. Not saying that it hasn't been going on, but situations where minorities, black, brown, people was being slain by people that was hired to protect and serve. I mean, what's your thoughts on 2020? Reflecting back and looking at it.
Go ahead, Frank.
2020 for me was, I mean, it was cool. I mean, the only thing for me was the passing away for my mentor, Kobe Bryant. That was tough for me. It was hard for me, throughout the years and everything like that. Give me 1 second.
But why we waiting on Frank? And I mean, I know you got a lot to say, so we'll let you go, after Frank or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
But
yeah, it was tough, man. That Kobe thing, man. I'm still like.
I'm sorry. Day. Yeah.
No, you fine.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah. So that was the toughest thing for me. Losing my mentor as persons I looked up to on the basketball court and off the basketball court. Once he retired, he was about to accomplish a lot of great things with children's books, children's anime, and just his academy really teaching sports at a different angle, having that mental toughness and really having that zone where you don't see anything but like whatever sport you're playing. It might be football, baseball, basketball. Like it's where that zone where you make a shot. It's not no celebration. It's that's what you came to do. You know what I mean? Like you just in that zone. You know what I mean? You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. And losing him just put a lot of, I would say pressure, but it put a lot of things on me where I've said, you know what, that could have happened to me, on a drive-in or anything like that. And I just got to make sure that my kids are safe and well taken care of. And I have things in order for them. So if their father do pass away, they have certain things that they can, have, so when I do pass away, I can leave something behind, that they can run on.
Leave a legacy. There's something that they can take.
take
I mean,
off.
because you're right. We don't know when we're going to be
Mhm.
called home. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's the
And
scary thing.
yeah, and then the rest of 2020. I mean, everybody is in this whole. The world is going crazy. I think everything's just coming to light to me. It's always been there. It's just now that it's just coming to light. People are like, oh, it's really, yes, it's been here. We've been trying to tell you guys
Mm-hmm.
this has been going on for years. You know, it's just that now things coming to light. Is everybody else in a whole shock? You know, and it's just like, you know, it's always been there. Now it's just coming to light and it's affecting certain people. So now it's an issue. It's things that we got to do, and they want to blame one person. You know, oh, he's this anti. Always been there.
Yeah.
You know, it's always don't try to blame the one guy. It's always been there. If it's him, it's somebody up higher up. You know what I mean? And other businesses, it's always it's spread out. So
Yeah.
and that's the only thing that's sickening to me is people don't they want to sit there and act shocked and oh, this really happens and like come on, man, like, and that's the only thing that really bothers me. But otherwise, that 2020 been it's been I mean I'm gonna say good year, but it's been I can say it's been a good year for me because I was still able to work, from home.
That's blessings. Yeah. A lot of
You
people,
know,
millions of people lost their job. Yeah.
yeah. So that I mean that was that was a blessing, and otherwise than that, like I said, it was a good year. I made crypto's been doing good for me, in the market. So
You've been able to put a lot of focus into
yeah,
your
able to focus
brand.
on that. So and I put a lot of focus on my brand and get my business up and running. So 2020, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, 2020 has been crazy and hectic and it's been a bad year. For me, it's been a good year for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm a humble person. I was always in the house, the gym, we all at the gym. So I just put my energy into something else and got everything rolling for 2021 to come, and I can take off from there.
And see, that's what's interesting. Like you touched on something. Like it wasn't difficult for us to sit in our houses, right? Like, cause we was all we did the hanging out partying when we was young. Got that out of our system. At this stage in our lives, like it was work, you know, uh, uh, kids activities that I know your kids are older, and then it was just home, just chilling. Like so, sitting at home didn't really. Only thing that kind of affected us was like the gym when the gyms was closed for those months. It was like like dang, that's the release. That's the the outlet that we had to relieve stress from this thing we call life if we have stress or whatever. But yeah, I mean, and then like you said, people's acting shocked. But what this virus did is it made people sit still. They had to sit still and they had to actually watch stuff. Like what I'm saying? Like it was just put in their face. Like, and now you're right. You can't put it on one person. Like because it's been happening for 400 plus years. So you can't put it on just one person. Like I get that. That was
They want to put it on one person, so everybody want to blame. They want to put this picture like it's one person. No, it's not one person.
No, it's a system that was set up.
Yeah,
that's all. That's been set up this way for hundreds of years. So
hundreds of years, man. So dealing with this whole COVID thing is it's so many different stories with this whole virus thing, and it's like okay. Like I heard one, I mean, not to get off topic, but I heard one thing where like since the hospitals are getting, packed and everything like that, they can't really help so many people that they're saying, okay, if you feel as though you have those symptoms, quarantine for 14 days and take Tylenol. I'm like,
they've been saying that from the beginning, bro.
Yeah, like that don't even make sense.
Yeah. Like, if you don't need a respirator, just stay home.
Right,
and,
but that's what I'm saying.
Hope that it passes through.
Yeah, but it's like that's the whole thing that puzzled me. It was like, okay, quarantine for 14 days. Okay, what is that supposed to do if the virus is deadly?
If you die, it's like what Drago said. If you die, you die.
What I mean? Like you got corona, but they're like, okay, quarantine for 14 days. Okay, but what happened in the 14 days? I do, you know what I mean? Like, but then you want to come and vaccine me, where I can just quarantine for 14 days? Like, which one is it?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Yeah, that's a big thing that I wanted to touch on too when we got into the 2021 thing. Now they have this vaccine out. We'll touch on that a little bit. E, what about you, man? 2020, man. Reflect.
Oh, fix your mic.
E, fix your
Fix your
mic.
mic.
Yeah, yeah,
Can
right.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do I begin? I mean,
Hey, Scuffer.
Your mic's still scuffling, bro.
Yeah, you was perfect earlier.
Having some technical difficulties. Nah, we can't hear you. No sound. It's like
We had him earlier.
yeah, it was. No speak. No.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better. Now it went out.
Hold on a second.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead. E. Take it. Why E fixing this technical difficulties. We can keep going. But I mean, like you said, Frank, that them saying quarantining for 14 days is like basically saying like if you die, you die.
Well, it's not even that.
Yeah, you good, bro. Yeah, you good.
It's not even that,
Yep.
but yeah, we'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Good, bro.
Sorry about that.
No, you fine, bro.
I had to take the cover off my phone. That's what it was.
Oh, the cover. Yeah, them
I
covers,
had
boy.
this-
Sometimes
I had
them
the-
things, yeah.
The Constructicon cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it don't plug in all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The damn thing's so damn big, so thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I was saying it's to me, it's like it was depressing because like I just feel like everything that was and to a certain degree is still was just I don't really have a whole lot of like words don't really you can't really say a whole lot. The actions that you have seen throughout the whole entire year, from people dying, protesting, actions of people, violence. I mean, if you haven't seen or if you've been living under a rock for the past year, if this wasn't a clear indication of what I like to call the reckoning, so to speak, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it is then, because this was a clear case of a kick in the ass for the whole entire world to basically say things need to change. Things have to change because if you don't change this is going to be another step into another generation of it's almost like a generational curse. It's just going to keep adding on to other things, and it's going to be passed on to our kids and our other kids after that. So this point where we are right now, I feel like this was like the stopping point of 2020 was like the crash. It was just everything just came to a complete halt. Like everything, it was like a train hitting a brick wall, and everything just smashed. All the trains, all the parts of the train just came crashing together, boom, 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 at the same time. People dying, the pandemic, the crash, the stock markets. Everything just happened all at the same time, and kids were being, affected. Families are being affected. Jobs are being affected. Businesses, people out of work. Whole families are being affected. It basically just made you realize how you have to reassess your whole life, start from scratch. Internets. Now we're having to do this. We're having to speak to people on the internet now, where we thought we didn't really need technology as much as we did before. Now we need it more than ever. We have to rely on this now, where I really didn't want to. I was one of those people that I really didn't like to use technology, but now I have to use this on a more daily basis. There's things that I have to adjust in my daily routine. People that I work with, people catching COVID that I'm very close to, that I see on a regular, are catching COVID, that are dying because of this disease. So it's just like it's like a big weight that just fell upon me, and it fell upon a lot of people that are very close to me. So to me, I personally don't think 2020 was anything short of just a depressive state. I'm just
For
glad
you?
that I'm just glad it's behind me, but I don't really see anything changing because from what I'm seeing so far and what I'm seeing already coming into the new year, it's already kicking off with just bad vibes and bad energy and bad things already happening already, and we're not even a month into the new year already.
We're only
So
6 days,
yeah, we're not,
7 days.
that's what I'm saying. We're not even, not even 2 weeks into the
Yeah,
new year, and we're already having
yeah,
issues, and we're already having certain things that are happening.
yeah.
And again, it's just not even, we're not even going to go into that particular thing, but there's just more stuff. And if you look at the cases that are still coming out and the numbers that are still coming out with COVID, the vaccines, and this, like, that whole thing in itself is just it's running rapid and alarming rate every week. You're seeing numbers just climbing, but you also see numbers declining. So in one side of the spectrum, yeah, there's some numbers that are just declining, but there's numbers that are just drastically just increasing. So it's like, how do you maintain a positive energy? How do you maintain certain kinds of morale? And yeah, you have to literally kind of find the will within yourself to kind of like be upbeat and try to do this. But I speak for myself. I do like you guys do. I hit the gym. I'm religiously going to the gym like that. But what happens tomorrow if they take away our gym? We have
Like they
to
did three
resort.
weeks ago. Yeah,
We have to
yeah,
resort to our gyms in our homes. But
yeah,
we're a small percentage of people that have to we know how to willy nilly it, but the rest of the world they fall into these depressive and mental states and mental diseases, and they're out here shooting guns and doing this. I got to be sitting here with my gun, in my house at all times. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen.
yeah,
I gotta say, I mean, it's just I'm at to the point where I have to make sure that I'm protecting my house and making sure there ain't shit going on around outside of my street because it's just it's
you don't.
that you
Yeah,
just don't know anymore.
yeah,
So I feel like because of 2020, I'm now on the point where I have to kind of be my senses are completely at alert at all times. Everywhere I go, I'm constantly looking and making sure that I'm on P's and Q's and making sure that well before I could be a little bit more kind of laxal, but now it's just like I can't even be you know, I can't even be relaxed even when I'm in the gym. Like I'm literally like I'm doing my workout, but I'm looking over my shoulder, making sure who's the dude that's walking in. I'm walking, looking at the door, making sure somebody's not some idiot that I don't know, recognizing that person that I know, because I know the people that walk in the morning, because I'm in at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
I don't know. I know the people that are walking in that gym, and then person I don't see, I'm like, all right, who are you and why are you here? What are you doing here? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
it's like that's the kind of the life that I'm living. That's not fair for me. That's not fair for anybody else. But I mean, that's how we live now.
Yeah, but you can't
And
live in fear though.
I
You should
don't.
never live
But
in
I mean,
fear.
at the same time, I kind of do because like I have to. I'm assessing my situation here.
Right.
I'm not speaking for everybody, but I assess my situation where I'm at.
Hmm.
Other people have situations and they deal with it differently.
hmm
Mental awareness and and having these mental illnesses, people handle it differently. Some
Hmm.
people get to their shells, they don't say nothing, and they get sick and they come out and they come blasting into these places and they just go ape shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't even tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just go in there and who knows? So that's why I say this whole thing has kind of flipped the script on everybody and has made everybody on an uneven keel. So for me, I'm just 2020. I'm not really was never too thrilled about it in the first place because of all of this.
hmm
But it was a lot of stuff that actually threw fuel to the fire and added to this whole dilemma and whole this madness to it. And on top of that, a lot of people dying, unexpected deaths, like you said, Kobe, and all this shit. Like it was just like a lot of a lot of good people were passing in the process, and it was tough, man. It was a tough. With everything that happened, it's just and it's not to mention that the people that the people that actually died, the celebrities and the major figures, but even the people that died from actual COVID. This disease that killed these people that didn't deserve to die because of whatever reason, this disease killed them. These were some people died that were in their 40s, some people died that were in their late 80s. Guys like you and me passing for no reason. They attacks the system. We don't know what it was. They died because of this. So it's very sad. It's very depressing. I wish it never happened, and I hope that the vaccine comes out and it helps the people that need it. I hope it really does help those people out. But I personally don't know what it's going to do. I'm not an advocate. I'm not a here or there person. If you ask me would I take the vaccine, I'm here to tell you, I'm not sick. I don't have any symptoms. I don't need to take it. Somebody else can take it who has it. If you tell me tomorrow I got the COVID virus, guess what? I'm going in line. I'm going to go take the vaccine tomorrow.
Yeah, no, and then that's you led us right into it, bro. Like, because that was the next thing. And great points. Like, now in 2021, what's the expectations? Like, what's your plans? What's your goals? And in that, like you said, being that COVID, which early reports was it would die in the summer because it's heat or whatever, and now we're carrying it into another year. And now these vaccines, now these vaccines is out, and do you plan on taking the vaccine?
I like I said, I personally don't have any symptoms, right?
Okay.
So this is me speaking for me.
Yeah.
I don't have any symptoms. I don't have anything going wrong with me. I don't have anything. Now people are saying, oh, you need to take it before it's a preventive whatever.
Yep.
I'm neither here nor there with that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna take something that I don't feel the need. If somebody else already has, you have more people out here that have COVID than I do. So why waste the vaccine on me when you have people you have more cases of people having COVID than people who don't have it. So if these people that have COVID and need it, give it to them first. Let them get cured.
And that's what they're doing right now. They're giving it to those, but then eventually it'll be available, like similar to the flu shot, where you can just go and vaccinate yourself.
When we reach that point, then I might think about it then. But right now, it's too early for me to even consider the fact, I'm going to go ahead and take a vaccine. When for me, I'm not even in no shape, way, or form. I'm constantly doing every single thing that they tell me to do to follow a protocol. What is my protocol? Wear my mask, wash my hands, constantly keeping my social distance. I don't go nowhere. I don't be nowhere near. I go to my job is my school. I keep maintaining my social distance from my students. My students keep away from me. They wear their masks, wear their gloves, and that's how we operate. And I do that specifically because my director tells me maintain your social distancing with your students. Maintain your mask on. I have my mask on every single day. I refuse to take it off because I have students that don't wear their mask because they don't want to wear their mask. They have this objection that I don't want to wear a mask. It's not for me. It's just something that you one of those people that don't want to wear your mask. Fine, you stand over there. I'm gonna be over here.
Yeah.
You need to talk to me. You stand over there. You need to do anything. You be over here. We can converse from a distance of 6 feet. That's how we got to do it. Now, am I being paranoid about it? Maybe. Am I being a little bit over the top about it? Maybe. But I'm going to keep myself safe so I don't have to do anything that's going to hurt my family or hurt my students or anybody else.
About to say, you keep everyone doing this keeps everyone safe.
I'm keeping preventive. Now, I don't have any newborns in my house, but if I were to have one, that would be a reason why. Why am I going to bring something to the house when I have a new child in my house?
So you take it then.
You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying. You don't want to do that. So, to be perfectly frank, that's what I was asking. You were asking me what are my goals. Well, I was just sitting here emailing one of my producers for the fashion shows that are going to be happening in New York, that it's coming up in February. And I asked him, I texted him just now. It's like, hey, look, what's the procedure?
Still happening?
Happen? Like, are we going to be having these shows? Or is this what's going to happen? I haven't gotten a response yet, but I mean, this is in New York City, and I know Governor Cuomo is going to be, he's been on top of it, handling his business, and shout out to him because he's been doing a really good job considering. But if you still have high numbers in February and it's going to be, and COVID is still running rampant and you still not being able to control the numbers, I severely doubt there's going to be a show. Really doubt it. I don't think there's going to be any. There's not going to be any kind of show. There's going to be everything. It might be a viral show like the one I did in Long Island. You'll see me like I had one there where we had a small group and everything was going to be viral, but you won't have anybody being in the audience. You won't have anybody being in. That's not going to happen. So that's kind of the way we are. And I was getting ready to talk to Frank. We've been trying to plan a trip to go to India. Right? How long we've been trying to do that? And
about a year.
I've been trying to see if we can do that, and hopefully this would be the year that we can do it. But
dang, y'all going to India? No invite? Dang,
this is business.
Well, it's business. I mean,
this is a business trip, man. Yeah, this is a business trip. This ain't a go hang out trip. This is a money trip.
So I can't go and be with part of the.
Oh, well, if you want to go, you can hold a camera. How about that? That's what we're gonna need somebody. You can hold a camera.
Yeah, I can vlog and put it on the podcast channel. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You can hold a camera. If you can hold a camera, you can
that's
come.
Good content, bro. You know
that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need somebody to hold the camera. Because there's only about 4 people that were going to be on the list to come, and that's me, Frank, his sister, and somebody else, and that was going to be it.
Okay, all right. Frank, goals?
Me, Frank, his mom, and his sister.
No, I'm talking about. I'm asking for your goals.
Oh, you talking about
your goals?
2021?
Yeah. Are you taking the vaccine? First of all, are you taking the vaccine? That's.
Oh no. Question. I mean, okay. I haven't got sick. I don't know the last time I got sick. So, but I'm not taking the vaccine. No, if I do come down with the symptoms and I feel as though I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to go figure out what the hell's going wrong with me. Let me know what's wrong with me first. You know what I mean? Before anything else, But goals for 2021 is pretty much been. Well, this year is now, just trying to get my business out there. Get Fezek Athletics out there. Just get people around the world know about the brand, what we bring to the table, with our supplements and everything like that. And, we do sell apparels, gym apparel on the side too. So just trying to focus on that and focus on my other business adventure, which is Elijah Mars, which is hair and facial products that we have. You can go check them out. It's ELIJA Mars.com.
I'll put it in the description below too on the YouTube.
Yeah, we have facial products, stuff for for the beard and stuff like that, and clear up your face and stuff like that. So this year is just pretty much just business savvy, man. Just trying to get everything out there and rolling for 2021, and
continue to build that legacy, right?
Continue to build that legacy, for my kids and stuff like that. And that's about it, man. That's pretty much my goals, and try to hopefully I can compete by the end of this year.
NPC, right?
NPC, men's physique. Yeah, hopefully I can compete by the end of this year, man. It just depends on how things go and everything like that. But that's about it, really, man. Just focus on business and leave a legacy, man.
That's what it's all about. I mean, that's same here. Like just trying to continue to build on things. Like, I like that we started this because even during this times we could still. I mean, me and you, we see each other when we're at the gym. But like with E and Greg, shout out to Greg too. Joe, shout out to Joe, and just all of us. Like we're still able to see each other. I mean, we call each other here and there, but actually being able to do this for, an hour or 45 minutes to an hour is always good because we're able to do like we've always done. Because when we was younger, growing up, I know people probably tired of hearing this, but we would see each other at least 3-4 days a week playing ball.
More than that. Probably 7 days a week.
You know what I mean? Like we was always in constant communication with each other. Like, so, being able to build this back up is good. And, shout out to you because I know this was something that we was talking about. And then one day you just hit me with the book.
No, that was you. You was like, man, we should do it. I'm like, this your baby. Go ahead and do it. You're like, man, but I'm like, just do it. I'm like, this is what you want to do? Do it.
You gave me that push. And that's why I say shout out to you because like you was like, yo, like the Bulls thing, let's start out with that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's do it. And, like I've been able to like learn how to do editing. That's shout out to those people who do that.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to push you towards, to you so you can have something that you can work on and build on, and
Mhm.
have different avenues. Like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
got your own channel now. So like you can,
It's our channel, but I just
I mean,
manage.
yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I meant.
I
Yeah,
know
you
what
know
you
what I
mean.
meant. Because everybody else got things going on, and I know you
Yeah,
got things going on, but this gives you something,
something else to add to it. Yeah,
yeah,
appreciate that.
hmm
The kids be watching it. They love it. Like they be
hmm
like, so it's cool. Like I think it's real cool.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I mean, my thing is, I don't know what they're going to do with this vaccine. Like, I don't know if they're going to make it to where, like, similar to the flu shot, like some schools make say, oh, well, your kid should take it, or
But they were
especially.
saying if you travel, they're saying if you travel out of the country, they're gonna start making that mandatory.
Okay, okay. So I
Like
mean,
when you get like the measles and the stuff like that when you leave the country. I know I got that when I was like 10 when I left to go to Japan. Like
and
that
I
was the
think they
last
make
time
you
I
do
got
that too.
shots.
Like if you go to Africa, or it's suggested if you that you should get vaccinated when you
Mm.
go to Africa and stuff like that. So I mean, they're still working it out. I mean, I know they're getting it out to the people that needs it. How well it's working, I don't know. But I guess we'll see as it comes, man. We'll see as it comes. Leading us into the mess that happened yesterday in
I mean,
Capitol Hill. You hear about that? Where the
oh,
rioters
okay.
was in, took over the House and the Senate, and then had all them senators and congressmen scared, and the
Uh,
vice president and everything.
you gonna tell me all that Secret Service and they got up in there?
Right?
Come on, man.
Right? Like Trump said it, and you mean to tell me y'all ain't automatically start planning for that?
It's a plan. I mean, you see House of Cards, everything's a plan.
Yo, yo, I swear this. I swear, I was thinking about that. I was like, it's House of Cards, and then it's also Scandal. Like this boy's like taking pages out of like TV shows.
Dog.
Angels
No,
have
but it's
fallen.
not. But it's not even him taking. That's how it. That's how politics are written. The crazy thing is, all that stuff that's written, like in those shows, they
It's
got
real.
it from.
Yeah,
They got
yeah,
it from the politicians and stuff
yeah.
like that, and it just made it into a story. Like some of the stuff is probably like the storyline is like outrageous, but some of the tactics are the same.
Oh yeah, the tactics are the same, but like
Yeah.
you've never heard of like yesterday people
They broke
invading
into the Senate
Capitol Hill.
before. They broke in that before back in like early days.
Yeah,
Yeah. I gotta find the actual date.
yeah, like
It
because
happened before.
like and
It,
what's
and it was. I think it was the Confederate. Like back in those times, they
okay,
broke
okay,
when they
okay.
was making they're trying to separate the North and the
Yeah,
South.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah. So
Confederate.
back in
Yeah, I think
the Civil War
yeah,
days.
I
Okay.
think they broke into it back then.
But see, I can kind of understand that then, because that was like you had two
Yeah,
sides of the country fighting, right?
yeah.
So it's
You
like,
got to
all right,
say,
well, we're gonna invade your space, like But
yeah,
now, like with technology and like you said, the Secret Service,
yeah.
FBI,
Like
CIA, like all these people you couldn't plan to
one
protect,
right, like, a black man cannot walk up to the dang on Senate.
and that's what I was about to say. It was the color of the skin of the
You
people.
know what I
That it
mean?
would have
It'd be
been a
like,
different color. They would have been
right,
out there
right. Where
pulled
you
up,
going?
like yeah, like so.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's
man.
why when I heard it, and people, oh, babe, I'm like, all right, what is this? Another distraction, another bogus run. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
because he was mad that he lost, and I mean, and then I see today, like maybe like an hour and a half ago, he got on and finally conceded and said that Joe Biden is the president or
you
whatever.
don't have to.
He's afraid now because they talking about impeaching him and sending him to jail, like so, But you got any thoughts on that? Is he still on?
Yeah, hold on.
All right,
Yeah.
bro. Capitol Hill, the Capitol Hill lockdown fiasco.
I mean, what do you? I mean, that's. Yeah.
Trump
I
called and
mean,
they came, bro.
I mean, what do you say about that? That hasn't already been said. I mean, I was watching the what is that? The the Capitol briefings yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
On C-SPAN.
on CNN actually.
CNN's
And
whole
yeah,
mess.
I
Anyway,
was watching that, and then I saw the ones on C-SPAN after that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least
But
C-SPAN don't have no.
They're not biased. Yeah,
Right at
they're
all.
not leaning one. They're
CNN,
not leaning one way or the
yeah,
other.
they
They
tell
just
you straight
report.
how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
CNN be biased as hell.
the
And Fox.
reality is I can't even explain to you what kind of mess that was, because there is no way in the world that should have even taken place. To be honest with you, that should have never
You would
happened.
think. Not in
Um,
2021, right?
and yeah, not definitely not in 2021. Um, and for that to even happen, um, tells me that there is a lack of. I wouldn't even like. There's so many things I want to say, and I
Say
just
it, bro.
I
Like,
don't want to no I don't want to be that person. I don't want to
I
be that
said, if
person.
it was a different
I don't
color
want to be
people, it
that
would have been
person.
But
different.
just no, just be on code. Just be on code. That's all. Just be on code.
You know what I mean? It's just
See, that's the
it's
problem. We always trying to be on code
We
and
got to be on
censoring
code
ourselves.
because then if you don't be on code, it's like
You an extremist, like you're against
Yeah.
every. Yeah, I get it, but
I mean, it's the reality is it's
it's
just like
reality though. Like you said,
it's so like once it's so lopsided, man. I just was like, really? Like, how does that happen? You're able to walk into a federal building, the Capitol, march in, do what you do, walk in without no hesitation, without nobody shooting, nobody kill somebody, bloodshed on the inside of the Capitol. There was bloodshed. Somebody died,
mm-hmm.
But you know
and
that had to be
and
fixed.
I don't know. I don't. Okay,
They're walking in with backpacks on, bro.
listen. I don't even look. You can say it was fixed. You can say it was this. In the history of American history, there has never been no way, shape, or form somebody doing what an overthrowing of the Capitol, but one
Yeah,
time
yeah,
in
Civil War, yeah,
18 something. That was the
yeah.
last time something like that ever happened.
But
Okay, so that tells you that it only happened once
mhm.
in God knows how many years.
Back when the country
So
was separated,
back when
northern
the
and south.
country was
Yeah,
separated, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
So for that to even happen in this era is just unheard of.
That's what I'm saying.
So
We gotta figure out who told security guards, okay, go on lunch break, or you don't need to patrol from these hours.
Yeah. Like you see all these people just flooding into DC. Like
Like that's the
all
stuff
these
that
I don't
bother.
people.
Like that's the
understand.
stuff that bothers me.
I
And,
don't
and I get it. A
understand,
lot of them was
bro.
there to protest the election, and some of
I
them
don't
was
I
peaceful. I
don't
get that, but
I don't understand how that does. I just but you see
the
the point is
Capitol
that
building.
that's like almost like that's almost as worse as doing it to the White House. Like that's really what it is to me, because the Capitol building has almost more history than the White House, because
Mhm.
I think the Capitol building was there before the White House, if I'm
I think
correct.
that's where they did all
Yeah,
when
Everything was, all the
George
signings were there.
Washington.
Everything was
yeah,
done before the White House came after the Capitol
yeah,
building.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that has more
After we built
sentimental
it.
value. You know what I mean? I feel like that has more historical value. So just for that to be desecrated, so to speak, the word, that's the word, you know what I mean? Discarded as
Mm-hmm.
as a piece of American history, and people just go up in there and do whatever they did and do,
But
and they
that's how
have
America
somebody.
was built, though. So it's
You're
just pretty
right.
much saying,
You're
like,
right.
okay, it's pretty much
And it's
saying, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not painting a picture, but that's how America was built on, and it's
No,
basically just saying,
it's just bringing it to light. Like it's showing
yeah,
you. It's just
this
it's
is
putting it in front of you. It's just now saying like, all right, this is how it is. These type of
it's
people
always going to be like this.
can
It's
do.
always just because of the way America is. It's just so many different cultures in America.
Well, this is what we would call, what I think, and this is an opinion of mine, what we would call the modern day America. This
I'm
is
out
the
of the what?
modern day America. The modern day America.
What are you saying? It's not as bad as it was. Is
No.
it?
It's just this is just all it is just it's a rebirth of something else, of what it used to be, and it evolutionized to something
Oh
Right?
else
yeah,
Yes,
that
yeah,
we
yes,
are.
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So
I
this is
agree
the
yeah.
with that. Yeah.
modern day version of something else that was
Mhm.
created before, and now it's new.
Mhm.
So I'm, but it's just like you don't I was, to me, and I'll be honest with you, as someone that I wore the uniform, your dad wore the
Mhm.
uniform,
Yep.
and your
Yep.
dad wore the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to
Shout out
see
to the
something
armed
like that,
services.
it struck a chord. I'm not gonna lie, it struck a chord to me because regardless of what's going on in the country, I wore my uniform and I respect that, and I know that there's certain things about that, and there's a code. You wear that uniform, you remember that stuff, and that's what you protect that no matter what under no circumstances. That's not supposed to be desecrated, and the people died for that building. There's a lot of memories, and there's a lot of heritage that was involved in that building. And I understand that there's a lot of bad and good things that went beyond that. But when you have people that go in there and do it and did what they did to that building and kill somebody got killed in that building. Now, whether it was a protester or not, blood was shed. Good or bad, or whatever the thing was, somebody died. It was senseless. It didn't have to happen. Things of this nature shouldn't be happening in this modern day era, but it's happening. So I digress to say that with all this happening and all these changes, I look at the other side of the coin. I can't help but to look at the other side of the coin, where a group of people can't march down a street in public streets and not have a certain group of people or militia or police force barricade them and say, no, you can't do this, or you are going to be stopped here, and this is where your point is going to be, and you're going to be met with violence. You're going to be met at violence here, because this is what's going to happen if you do it. If you cross this threshold, you're going to get sprayed, you're going to get tear gas, you're going to get this and that because of what's going on here. Yet another movement goes over here and steps on the steps of the Capitol building, which how the hell that even happened? And it's
nothing. No barricade. Nothing.
I don't understand.
Able to walk right in there.
I've worked in DC and I've been around the barricade and I've been around the Capitol building. Those buildings are so completely surrounded at all times with security and metal barricades.
Capitol Police. Yep.
You can't even get in the embassy without freaking
the Capitol
Police.
The Capitol Police has over 2,000 police officers by itself. They have that many police officers. I looked it up today. They got like 2,000 police officers. So that's a lot of police officers just in that building.
And on top of that, you could call in the National Guard. You can call in the armed services. You can call in the DC police. Like you can call FBI. Like you can call in everyone.
Secret Service, whoever.
Yeah, Secret Service. Yeah.
Like once it start affecting this, then that's when it's. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, you see them senators now? Oh, this is a terrorist. Like, okay, so these people are terrorists now, huh? They just like the people that was protesting peacefully.
I'm not even going to disagree with you. I'm not. This is not. This is a point where I cannot disagree with that because it's not. It's a point where I look at it from. I try to look at everything from the glass half full. But when you see shit like that, and then you got the president, and he's not even trying to like put the fire out. Like
he started.
I mean? We don't need to. Yeah. People like there's so many like stories. Oh, he did this and he did that. He this and that. Like, leave quietly, man. You don't. Like, I mean, the who was it that I saw today? The senator of South Carolina.
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah. Lindsey, yeah. He was like, I didn't even want to. I didn't win. He was like, I was hoping he lost. But he was a man about it, and he was like, "But the law stated that he won, and he beat us fair. I didn't want him to win. He was like, I prayed that he lost. He came out clean. It was like, I wanted him to lose so bad. I dreamed for him of losing. I was like, damn, this dude really don't like Biden. Like he really don't like him.
He don't like no Democrat. He's talking shit.
But he was like,
but you gotta remember this. America's at war right now with political power and money power. So the political people want him out of the house because they want the power back in political, which is going to go back to exactly what it was. And then you got the money power where it's the same exact thing. It's just that the political people are mad about it.
Right.
That's all.
And the reality was when he said that, and he showed, but what brought it home to me was like, but he won in the court of a lawful government. It was a lawful thing. You know what I mean? Everything he brought.
It was fair. It was constitutional.
It was fair. It was like nobody was. And then then we hear these conversations that the president's having with the governor of Georgia, saying, "Oh, find me more." I'm like, "Oh man, like come on, man, like where's your like
Well,
what
see,
more dignity do you need to like? Where's the little bit that you got family? Don't you got kids? Like you got, you know what I
But
mean?
see,
Like
he
what?
know he messed up, and they messed up when they was sitting there, and they stopped the stimulus talks with helping people who actually need help. Because I mean, with us, fortunately, we were able to continue to work. But you have people out there that really they can't pay their rent, they can't buy food for their kids. And these guys are
Yeah,
just sitting on on millions of dollars themselves. They're fine. They're fine. But you got
Yeah, but
people out here.
but remember that was a battle with the Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats wanted all like this crazy amount, and it was like
Yeah,
we
but
was
you can
not
meet
going
in
to
the
pass.
middle. Like
Right, but
you
so
know
they
how
did.
negotiation is. Like
So they
me
did.
and you
But
negotiate something. We'll come
right, but they
together
did.
in the middle.
They negotiated the 1,200, which was okay. But then Democrats came back and said, "Oh, we want 24 or 26," and Republicans are like, "No, like now you're going outrageous with the amount, and then now you want this whole stimulus plan that's helping all these other countries billions and millions of dollars," and it's like, what are
Why do
you
they need
like?
money? There, let's
Right.
focus the money here.
So there's a lot of things in play when it comes to um, this battle between Democrats and Republicans, and then the Democrats always want to look good to the people, but at the same time backstabbing everybody else.
Yeah, they got their
You know what I
little.
mean? So
The
they
politicians at the end of the day, so we know
yeah.
they got their
So
hidden
you know what I
agendas
mean?
in
They
there.
want to,
Yeah,
like I said, they just want to they put one blame on one guy to get them out to go back to exactly them dirty and shady games that they were been doing for the past
yeah,
50 years that they were
yeah,
doing.
yeah, but we know that one guy deserves some
You
of that
know,
blame that he didn't.
quiet.
Hi, but I mean, he finally conceded. Like I say, about 2 hours ago, he finally got on and said that he's going to transition out. So on January 20th.
oh, he did. He finally. Oh, he did.
Yep.
He got
So
out there.
so on January 20th, Joe Biden will be inaugurated and sworn in as the 46th president of the United States.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, of course, they coming out big saying, first thing out the box is $2,000 stimulus to everyone. And like I say, some people really need that money. And
well, no, but what you call it? Remember Trump? The one that said that.
Yeah, but Trump had it with underlying issues though. Trump wanted them to redo look into the election and then remove section.
He was trying to
section 230, so he couldn't be censored.
The Democrats was going to try to give us more money.
Yeah,
they had a whole different agenda.
Yeah, so all right. Well, that's how we politicked out for them. Real quick, little quick hitters. NFL playoffs starting. Sorry. I mean, the Eagles.
Listen, talk to me. That's because that was the most bogus ass win that y'all got. I don't even want to hear it. That was
shout out to the Washington football team. I'm waiting on my merch for them now so I can rock it. Made the play.
That was
dog. We was 79. Anybody that made it out of there should be ashamed of themselves.
Golly, what a bogus
I won't be surprised if they win it all.
The Washington football team. Go ahead, Frank. Man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. With all that all the stuff that happened in Washington D.C. You know how that's how NFL. Something happens in what happened in New Orleans that one year?
Katrina.
Who won the following year? Yeah. New Orleans. 9/11 happened. The Giants won. Yeah. The Giants won.
Right? Man, ain't nobody tell y'all lose those games, man. Like, come on now. But now, real quick, who winning it all? Who winning it all?
Chiefs.
Predictions. Chiefs. E.
Chiefs.
It's a tough. It's tough. I mean, I got
the Chiefs too.
I don't know, man. I kind of see like Green Bay coming out of there.
Yeah, Green Bay's tough.
If it's tough. Home, they might win at home because they're cold as shit.
They come play in the frozen tundra.
They go in the dome.
But the Chiefs ain't gonna play the Super Bowl is neutral. Super Bowl is in Tampa this year or some shit like that?
But remember, Green Bay got a.
They got home field. Yeah. People
so
going
it's hard
in there.
To play in Green Bay, yeah.
Now, who can beat Green Bay in Green Bay is the Seahawks. I think Russell Wilson.
Oh, Seahawks, yeah, they tough.
I think Russell Wilson.
Yeah, they got a nice
he needs
solid
to play
team.
in the
Just
cold too.
Russell just got to stay in his lane.
Yeah, but I got the Chiefs too. E, come on, pick one.
Got too many. They got too many.
I got Green Bay.
Green Bay?
I'm going with Green Bay.
Okay, going old Aaron, huh? Number 12.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
Okay, all right. NBA's back. Frank, they haven't shut it down yet. They haven't had to cancel any games yet.
Oh yeah, people sitting out though.
Yeah, but
Durant got sit out like what 4 games, 5 games.
Yeah, he's sitting out a week. Yeah, he had to sit out a week.
You got Porter sitting out.
Yeah, but they still playing.
The COVID already hitting.
It's been hitting, but they just sit that play out and keep going, and they ain't gonna miss out on that money. I know Greg mad at us because we didn't do the fantasy, but maybe next year, Greg. Maybe next year we'll do the fantasy. Yeah. Shout out to Greg. Real quick, y'all watching anything new?
Oh, yes.
Okay, E joining in the play. What you got?
The Netflix joint I posted the other day, Black Godfather.
But that was good, wasn't it? That was good.
Was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that about? That's about
Clarence Avant.
Yeah.
It came out like last year or 2.
Yeah, it came out last year.
I don't know.
I can't come out last year.
But I finally got a chance to see
that joint's good. I seen that.
That shit was awesome, man.
Yeah, that joint's good.
That story was amazing.
Yeah, that's a good show. Black Godfather on Netflix. Check it out. That is a good.
Snowfall next month,
February 19th.
Yeah,
I think it's the 19th. You watch Snowfall, E?
I mean, if I have time to watch it, I'll watch some TV. But I'm always in the.
But have you ever watched? Have you ever watched the series Snowfall?
It's better than Power.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it,
but I don't really watch it. No.
Oh, watch that, E. Watch that.
It's better than Power.
Because Frank, that's really about Rick Ross, right? Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, well, not Rick Ross, but Freeway. Yeah, Rick. All right, Frank, you watching anything other than?
I just finished House of Cards, which was good until season 4 and 5.
When the wife became the president, that was
freaking annoying.
Yeah.
And the way it ended, I'm just like, okay, this whole Me Too movement. I'm like, I guess, like,
they had to end it because of what happened to
right, like,
what's his name?
I know, but the way they killed them off. I'm like.
They had to because it was Sutton. They had to get rid of him.
I was like, dang, like, all right, what? But that was good. That was really good. And I'm
House
watching
Cards on Netflix. Check it out.
House of Lies right now, which is pretty good.
That's with Don Cheadle. I told you that joint was good.
And I watched The Photograph. That's a good movie.
With the boy from Atlanta.
Yeah, Issa Rae.
Oh, okay. Is it good?
That was pretty good. Yeah, it's a good love story. You know what I mean? Me and my wife watched that. That was pretty good.
Oh, see, that's like you watch it with the lady type thing.
Yeah, and it's not like mushy. It's
cool.
Yeah, it's good. But there's only 2 things I'm pretty much watching right now.
Yeah, House of Lies is good with Don Cheadle. What you watching on Netflix?
Is it Netflix? No, HBO or whatever. It's on demand. It's on demand.
Showtime. I think
it's on demand. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right, cool.
I just can't take the sun. The sun is like throwing me off.
Oh, the Metro by Try. Yeah.
I'm like, it was good. And then once I saw it, I'm like, really? Like, I gotta add this in here?
Every show has it.
I was like, yo, really gotta add, like the show was good, and then I was just like, you do that in there to mess everything up.
Did you watch Power Book 2 yet, Ghost? No, it was. I'm telling you, the season just ended. It was all right.
I can't take prison songs to a higher level.
No, watch it. Man. Give it a shot, bro. I'm telling you, it's good, man.
Ghost ain't in it. I'm good.
It's good. Another show I've been watching, and don't you ever heard? Is it like a series that comes on? I forgot which channel it comes on, but it's called Life After Lockup or Love After Lockup.
Yeah,
Love After Lockup.
Yo, they got somebody from Virginia Beach down there.
Stop.
Yo, basically, it's just about people meet people in prison on these prison pen pal websites, and then they get out, and then they get married, or they going to get married, or whatever, and they go, yo, check that is. He is somebody from Virginia Beach. That's why I started watching it. I seen somebody from Virginia was up there. And hilarious, man. All right. Well, all right, fellas. I mean, again, Happy New Year. We're back 2020. Round of applause for us. Another year. I hope everyone continues to stay safe through this. And, whether you take the vaccine or not, wear your mask. Wash your hands, wash your ass, sanitize your hands. But until next time, fellas, y'all be safe. It's the Men on the Podcast. Signing out. Be easy, fellas.
All
right, man. Yep. On behalf of the Men on the Podcast, we'd like to thank you for watching. Again, Happy New Year to everyone out there. I hope this year brings you peace, happiness, and all the joys that your heart desires. I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple of my brothers, my brethren that wasn't on episode tonight. Greg, McCray, Joe, Baranski, Ant, Silver. I want to give a shout out and thank you to Frank and E, who was on the podcast tonight. Again, on behalf of the Men on the Podcast, we thank you. If you could do us a favor, please like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Men on the Podcast. Again, thank you. And until next time.